Hello, hello. We are on. Let me get IG going. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Here we go. We got IG going on today. Good afternoon. Let's see. Let me make sure the lighting is great. It is raining here today in sunny California. It's not that sunny today. We have some rain, some blessings. It's a little gray. It looks good. Everybody's enjoying the rain. It actually rained all night last night, and it felt really good for a change. And I know we needed these showers, so, knock off some of the smog. So it is beautiful. Let's see. Is this a great angle? All right. I think this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. I think I got it. Lights righty. All right, guys. So today, Elaine Proby here, CEO of Tax and from PROBY'S Tax and Accounting and Wealth Builder. So today we are going to be talking about tips in running a successful business. I want you guys, whoever is on here now, to hit like and share, get some more folks on here so we can get some of this very important information. What I like to do is emphasize, guys, that all of us at some point or another is running a business. We all have these side hustle and all that other stuff going on. And one of the things that I would like for you guys to really focus on, since we're coming to a year close, is all the side hustle business that you have out there for you to seriously think about taking it all to the next level. So tips on running a successful business is what we're going to discuss today. This is going to assist you, at least encourage you, give you guys some insight in terms of, let me take what I'm doing here to the next level. If it's a side hustle, and let me just turn this thing into, what I envision it to be, so I can continue to make some money in what it is that I do. So, hi, Mrs. Sylvester K. Thanks for jumping on here. All right, so today, guys, 3 major tips for running a successful business. And one of the things that I wanted to focus on this time, too, is about the business owner, the entrepreneur. A lot of times, I like to say that way. A lot of times we talk about running a successful business and we talk about different things like, the operation aspect of things. We talk about having a good culture. We talk about marketing. We talk about, customer service and client satisfaction and all this stuff in terms of running a successful business. And yes, for sure, all that stuff is super important. But then one of the things I want to talk about today, guys, is tips for the business owner, for the entrepreneur, for us to stay sane and focused to make sure the business is successful, right? So that's what we want to discuss today. Hi, Inez. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, girl. Thanks for jumping on. Hi, Cognac. Thanks for jumping in here. All right. You guys hit like and share on this video. So again, we're not going to discuss the business operation because we know that that's a reason that we could be successful. Make sure that's right. But I want to focus today on the entrepreneur, the business owner, and things that they need to keep to keep the business successful, right? So the first one, we're going to talk about like-minded folks, what that does to you and why you should do that. We'll talk about burning out, one of the things that really hurts a lot of business owners. And then we'll talk about the reflection, why you're in business in the first place. So these tips here is going to keep you motivated, keep your business running, and, allow you to remain more successful. All right. So thanks for jumping on here, Dale Otley. Thanks for jumping in. So first point today, guys, tips in running a successful business. First point today, from an entrepreneurial perspective, right? Keep like-minded people around you. Now, we hear this all the time. Keep like-minded people around you. You want to stick with people who are really thinking about taking the same journey that you are taking from a business perspective, right? And I have read where some folks think that it is dangerous to keep like-minded people around you because, one, they're all talking about the same thing you're talking about. No one knows anymore. No, you're not learning anything to make you grow. Well, this is just the opposite. The reason you want to keep like-minded business people around is because they are going to be having the same conversation you're having. We're starting our business. We're growing our business. We want to do things to make our business better. These are the conversations you're going to be having if you're around business-minded folks. So you want to stay around like-minded people. People who are having those discussions about how to take their business to the next level, right? Sometimes you can compare notes. What are some of the things that are keeping your business from growing? What are some of the troubles that you're going through? These are the conversations that like-minded people are having. You're motivating each other. You're sharing information. You're learning from each other because everybody's running some different type of business. And sometimes you have some of the same common problems, right? So you have to keep like-minded people around you. You want to stay with those people who are actually going to be encouraging and having those conversations about business. And more so than ever, you're always speaking of how to make the business better and how to make it grow. A lot of people go to mixers. People go to business mixers all the time. People go to business conferences all the time. This is the reason why you do this stuff. You go to business conferences, you go to mixers. You're taking, sometimes you go to a seminar, something like that you may be going to, and then you're always communicating with folks. You're always mixing. You're always sharing information. So this is what you want because it encourages you, right? It encourages you. And you may get a story from a business person who is in the same line of business that you're in, and they may give you a story that will help them to do better in what it is that they're offering, their services or their product, which will help you in your business to be able to maybe turn around and do the same process and say, hey, that was a good idea. That was great advice. I love it. And people that are like-minded, people that are positive, people who wants to grow, who wants to be successful, they do not mind sharing information, guys. They do not mind sharing information. If you're in a company and folks who are not willing to share information with you, then you're in the wrong company, right? You guys hit like at the bottom of this if you agree with that. If they're not willing to share information with you, you're in the wrong company. So you want to be around like-minded people who are willing to share information so everybody can grow and everybody can get better. And this is how you are going to be able to stay strong within yourself to be able to run your business successfully, okay? So that's my first tip today. Hi, Margie. Thanks for jumping in. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Elaine. Hi, Karen. Good afternoon, Karen. Good afternoon, BJ Maris. Thanks for jumping on here. Hi, Laverne Smith. Thanks for jumping in, you guys. Thanks for jumping in. Hit like and share. Today, we're speaking of 3 tips running a successful business from the entrepreneur standpoint, because we always seem to talk about what we have to do with the public, the employees, and everyone out there, but we need to know how we can feed ourselves and keep us healthy so we can keep the business running successfully. Okay, so second point today, guys, and this one I love because this is so common. Don't burn yourself out, right? Don't burn yourself out. And we all tend to do this, right? Because every small business owner, they around the clock, they treat the business like their baby. And so they put everything into it. They go around the clock and they don't stop because they feel like there is no tomorrow. They got to get everything done today, right? And so by doing so, guys, eventually you will burn yourself out. And when you do that, of course, you will not be able to physically operate the business successfully. So you have to do, I'll give you some points and things that you need to do in order to not burn yourself out. So one of the things you want to do, guys, is stop and get organized. Get yourself organized. Because if you are running around the clock every single day, you get up and you're running around the clock and you're not organized, you don't have an organization chart somewhere that you're going to, some steps that you're going to follow for the day. How many times, and I have done this sometimes, you get to the end of the day and you ask yourself, what have I done today? What have I accomplished today? It seems like I've been busy all day long, but I got nothing done. Get organized, guys. Make a list, prioritize. Second point, prioritize, right? Figure out if you have a list of 10 things, don't make yourself crazy thinking, oh, I got all these things I have to do and I got to get them all done today, because that's not going to work. You want to make a list, prioritize that list, guys, and focus on, let's say, the first 2 or the first 3 things on that list, and make sure those things you are going to accomplish today. If you have time, you get to the rest of them. But you cannot focus on the entire list. You don't look at everything you have to do. You will never get it all done. It will burn you out. You'll go around the clock. And then, of course, you will not be good for the business, for yourself, or for the business, right? So we don't want to burn ourselves out. So the next thing you can do, right, you want to schedule downtime. And this is so difficult, especially when you're running a small business and you're starting out and you think that you cannot take any time off. Some of us wouldn't even take lunches, right? Some of us wouldn't even take lunches, and I'm guilty of doing that. I would sit at the desk and just wouldn't even stop to take lunch, right? So this is just not a good thing, guys. Schedule downtime, schedule some time out that you're going to take lunch, take some time out, go for a walk, you know what I mean? Walk around the room, walk around the building, walk around the block, take some time out. Cognac said, that's me. Laverne Smith says she totally agree. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks, Lerna Smith, for jumping in here. Hi, Margie. You agree with that too? Yes, we have done it. Yes. And so we won't even stop to eat lunch, and not very good. So true, right? Inez says so true. And you guys totally agree. So take some time off and, go to lunch. Like they always say, you get away from your desk and go to eat lunch. I mean, that's something I have a hard time doing. I'm still eating and working, and that's just not a great idea, guys. Get up, go to lunch, and take that time out. You are going to be a lot more productive if you do this than to sit there around the clock thinking that you don't have time to stop because there's too much to do. This is one of the worst things to do. So this is burned out, right? You will burn yourself out. And you will be so exhausted that you won't be able to function properly in order to run your business for it to be successful, right? So, and it's not a very good example, guys. It's just not a very good example. Okay, so another thing you have to do because you don't want to burn yourself out, guys, learn how to delegate. That's one of the hardest things as business owners have to do is delegate. There's a lot of people I see on here that are just so guilty of this, right? And myself. Delegating, guys. Delegate anything that you can get someone else to do that you don't have to do, right? Let that person do it. Delegate, because don't think that you can do it the best, right? That's what we always say. Oh, I can do it better than everybody else, so you don't trust anybody. No, that's not right. Delegate. You have to teach and learn. Teach someone how to do what it is that you need done so you can delegate those tasks. You're not the only one who can do the best. There are things that you can't even do that good, right? But we got to own them to that and pass it on. Say no to work that you really don't want to do. If you're running a business, work comes in and there's stuff that you really don't want to do. It really doesn't fit into your business model. But because you don't want to say no, you feel like you're going to do it anyway. And then you spend the time trying to do that. And then it takes so much of your time away from the stuff you really need to do. And then you get burned out. You get a little stressed about it. It creates more stress than it needs. So it's okay, guys, to say no for certain things that it is that you really don't want to do, that, especially if it doesn't fit into your business model. You don't have to do it, right? So learn how to say no for those things. And then you guys, and make sure that you set work hours. This is so important. Running our own business, again, 24/7. We run around the clock and we try to do it, and we're all been guilty of doing that, right? Just won't stop. But set work hours, just set a time when you know that I'm going to be working from 8 to 6 or to 7 or whatever time it is. Set those hours and try to stick to those hours. Okay, try to stick to those hours. Of course, we know we're going to break those rules if there's an emergency, something pop up that we have to get done or we didn't do. But keep those business hours, keep those work hours, and try to stick to those hours. I know I'm preaching to myself. We have to do that because we don't want to burn ourselves out, right? So yes. So set work hours. So that's the last thing, guys, in that don't burn out thing. Practice these things, right? Because you needed all of your energies to be centered on the business for you to be able to allow the business to grow and think of ways that you can keep everything together, keep the business growing. So, of course, if you get burnt out, then you would not be as useful for your business for it to grow, right? So that's what we're talking about today. And third point today, guys, this is really key. If you are feeling exhausted and you're feeling tired, be like, okay, well, this is it. I know I want this business to be successful, but right now I'm tired. And then again, the whole burnout process, right? This is where we get to the space. What I want you to do on the third point here is reflect on why you started the business in the first place, right? Why did you start this business in the first place? If you're ever thinking that you have done so much and you don't feel like you're making enough progress, one of those reasons, again, is that whole burnout factor. We're doing too much too fast and not giving ourselves a break. So one of the things that you want to do, reflect on why it is that you started a business in the first place, right? So there's a lot of reasons why people start a business. Some of the key factors that you start your business, guys, some of the key factors may be financial benefits over having a job, financial benefits, right? You can build your own enterprise and the profits is unlimited. It's, whatever you put into it is what you can get out of it. So those are reasons. And then you might want to open a business because you want to make life better for yourself and for others, for your community. You want to hire people and, serve the community and give back and all that stuff. So all these are reasons why you would have started your own business. You wanted your own autonomy. You want to educate others. You want to have a business where you can teach people how to learn what it is that you do, or how to learn even how to run and operate a business like we are doing here. And so you're educating people. So those are some of the reasons why you start your business in the first place. And then you also wanted to follow your passion. So you started this business because you had this idea, you want to follow your passion. So you started the business for those reasons. So when you reflect on the reasons why you started your business, of course, that again gives you some new energy, gives you a new sense of purpose. It breathes new life into you. And now you're more energized and you're ready to move forward to make this business even more successful. Okay. You guys agree with that? You guys agree with that? I totally believe that. That makes all the sense in the world to me. If you reflect on all those reasons, again, it energizes you and you have a new sense of purpose. And all of a sudden, now that you feel like you can move mountain and you get up with a renewed strength and let's go, we're going to get this. And that's how you maintain a successful business. Lorraine says she agreed. All right. So true, Inez. Yes. So there you go, guys. Those are the points that I wanted to make today. Lorraine says she totally agree with that. So the tips for running a successful business. And I just love this topic because a lot of times we only talk about the things that you need to do in terms of marketing the business and creating a culture for your employees, and making sure that the customers and the clients are all satisfied. Those are excellent points. But when you think of the person, the entrepreneur, the business owner, when you're taking it from your perspective, this is a lot of stuff that we have to do for self-worth, again, to make sure that we are going to be there to put our all into making this business successful. So let's run over those points one more time. The first one today, guys, keep like-minded people around you. Again, it doesn't mean that it's just people that have the same values, people that can teach each other something. You can really grow. You can learn something from folks that are in the same business that you are, or in business, period. So again, that is an excellent thing to do because you're going to be encouraged, right? One thing, you don't want to be around folks that is going to be discouraging to what it is you're going to do and the process that you're doing. You don't want to hear any kind of discouraging words. You want encouraging words, right? So keep like-minded people around you, number one. Number two, don't burn out. I mentioned all these different points that you can do to not burn yourself out, guys, to stop and organize and prioritize and take time out and all this good stuff. You don't want to burn out, because if you do, you will not be as functional and as effective in your business to make it successful. And number three, guys, reflect on the way and the reason why you started your business in first place. One, of course, there's financial gains to it. There is your own enterprise. There's unlimited cash flow, and there's a limited growth potential in starting your own business. There's that community satisfaction, providing jobs, giving back to the community, educating and teaching folks, guys, and just bringing everything together. So there's a lot of self-satisfaction within starting your own business and making it very successful, right? So those are my points today. I hope those help you guys. I hope you guys make some points of this stuff. Go back over this video and check it all out. Share with your friends and family so that they can get this information. And you guys, I really appreciate you coming on here today on Thursday afternoon. We're going to be a little bit more serious, and we're going to talk about the tax laws changes for 2022 in a personal perspective. There's a few things that we wanted to know that we can look forward to in 22. Some good ones for a lot of us. For the most part, maybe most of it is pretty good. It's going to be a lot more helpful for a lot of us. So some new tax law changes, updates, we're going to talk about on Thursday. So at 1 o'clock on Thursday, you guys come right back on here. I want to thank all you guys for jumping in here. I really do appreciate it. And you guys stay dry on this side of town. on if you are in the rain. And so you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and you guys take care of each other and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.